Hi, my name is Peter Herman and I'm going to show you how to make a sourdough babka. For this babka, I'm going to use a stiff and sweet sourdough starter. So let's prepare that first because it needs several hours to rise. I'm going to measure out 20 or 25 grams of mature sourdough starter. This is 100% hydration, so your normal sourdough starter. All right, 25 grams. I'm going to add 35 grams of water, 20 grams of sugar, which is quite a lot. After I added the sugar, I just mix a bit, dissolve the sugar, and I'm going to add the flour. This flour is a strong bread flour. I'm using a Prima Pharaoh brand. Also for the starter and also for the dough later. So after we mixed it roughly with the fork, you can start to knead it a bit with your hands. Okay, almost done. It doesn't need much kneading, just to roughly come together. And this one you can transfer into another container and wait until it triples or even quadruples. So I already put all the sweet and stiff starter here. I add my flour, the bread flour, all the sugar, two egg yolk. I prefer to use egg yolk only. Compared to full egg, it makes the dough a bit lighter. And the salt, and the milk, and let's mix it. I lower the speed a little bit and add the butter. Add half of it. At this point, I add the other half. Okay, now our dough is ready. Let's take it out. I'm gonna shape it into a ball. And at this point, you can leave it in the fridge for overnight. Just cling wrap it. Or you can just leave it in the fridge for 1 hour to cool down because it's so much easier to shape. Let's put our filling together. I'm gonna show you how I do my cocoa poppy seed filling. It's a bit different than the classic chocolate one. So this way, I found this is the easiest and cleanest way to do the filling. So I'm gonna make a thick butter cream. Not too much butter, otherwise you're gonna soak your dough and eventually it will leak into your oven. So just a little butter. I'm gonna add the cocoa powder. It's just normal Dutch process cocoa powder. A little bit of sugar. Later I add the poppy seed. First, let me mix it. Just make sure your butter is room temperature. No need to melt it, otherwise you won't get a nice thick cream. Okay. My secret ingredient is the cinnamon. Just a little bit. And it's gonna be really thick, so don't be afraid and don't add extra butter. Just leave it and mix it. Alright, let me put in the poppy seed. This poppy seed I ground with a little bit of sugar, so I ground fine. Okay, this is how it should look like. It won't drop. Okay, now here's my babka dough, straight from the fridge, from resting overnight. And yeah, it's nice. It shouldn't puff up, so this is how we need it. I'm gonna dust it a little bit. I just press with my hand a little bit, so I can feel the texture, I can feel the temperature. Okay, and I'm gonna roll it out into a rectangle. I never measure precisely, but you can just check how big is your mold, and it should be a little bit longer than that because we're gonna braid it. So approximately this size, and let's put the filling in. I'm gonna roll from this side until here, so the end I'm not gonna brush, or I'm not gonna put any filling there. And let's roll up. If it sticks, just use your scraper with a bit of fluff. And I'm gonna trim the edge, the sides. So at this point, if you feel your dough warmed up again and it's too soft, just put it on a tray and put it back to the fridge for half an hour, and then we cut it. But mine is still very cold, so I can go and straight cut it half. I prefer to use a serrated knife and just cut it, pull it in one direction. That's the easiest way to cut. Here's my mold. I show you how to braid it. Start with the middle, and then I do two here. One and two. That's it. And that's it. There's no egg wash. We just leave it like that, because after baking I'm gonna glaze it with the syrup. I'm gonna bake the babka for 20 minutes. Let's check our babka. It's ready. Right after bake, you took out the oven and we're gonna glaze it. You can use normal sugar syrup, or in my case I did a passion fruit sugar syrup just to balance out the sweetness, the dark deep flavors of cocoa and poppy seed. I like to use something citrusy, so this is passion fruit syrup. Just to give you some tips or idea, my three favorite are elderflower, lavender and passion fruit. Yeah, just give it an abundant brush. Let the dough soak, just to absorb all this sugar. And just optional, if you like nuts, any kind of nuts, you can decorate with nuts.